Good evening. Today is Friday, December 14th, 2012, and you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we're back in Acanthop Isle, one of my favorite places to be. I love Acanthop Isle, as I have gone on and on telling you guys about in this Sims 2 Let's Play. And today we're visiting the girls, Lucy and Hazel, and I'm just scrolling out here because I want to show you guys their cool pad. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? And though I do wish I could take credit for the architectural mastery that is this house, I'm only responsible for the wallpaper, the outside, the siding, and the brick. I went through and did every house in the mainland in a kind of darker gray and brown kind of color scheme that you can see in the background with the other houses going on. But this house is another plastic box house. And I mention plastic box a lot. I do believe plastic box is linked on my Sims 2 mod list at my website, thejessachannel.com/Sims2 mod list. But if it is not, plastic box is a very well-known creator over at modthesims.info. Anyway, this is the girls' house, and I have noticed back here that I had neglected to clean up some of my preparatory equipment that I was using to get the girls all ready to play for the first time. I took some time, and the reason why there was a couple more days of Skyrim than I had planned on. Normally I like to have an episode of Skyrim cut up into parts and delivered over a few days, and then an episode of The Sims 2 in parts also delivered over a few days, and then I go back and forth until I feel like I'm proficient with these two Let's Plays, and then I'll add in a third little smaller Let's Play. I've already been getting suggestions from people for PMing me and leaving those in the comments, and I appreciate that. Anyway, so the girls here in their very cute little house. Let's take a look at it. I had spent a little bit extra time getting this Let's Play ready because I noticed that I was doing so much setup during the Let's Plays that I wanted to take a few days and go around to each house and set them up properly to be able to play without us having to do a lot of pausing. So I did that, including having Sims buy businesses that they are going to be having. And I'd like you to meet Hazel. This is Hazel Dusty Grayson, looking quite smug, staring at the corner. She is, out of all the Sims that were made in the Body Shop game live simming sessions that I hosted on the live stream, on my live stream channel, Hazel's my favorite because she's just so unique looking, and I know that without a shadow of a doubt I couldn't have come up with anyone. I could not have come up with anyone more unique than Hazel. And yes, I think she's an absolute cutie pie. And I'll be very interested to see who are your favorites as we go along, getting to know the characters in Acanthop. And this is Lucy, we can't see her pretty face because of her hair. Let's see if we can get over here. There she is. Hi, Lucy. Lucy is studying because Lucy is hard at work trying to get ahead in life. She hasn't got a lot of money. She's Hazel's roommate. Lucy will be paying Hazel money, and I'll show you later on in the Let's Play how I plan on doing that. In the meantime, we'll get a good look at Hazel's chest there. Didn't mean to do that. And there she is. Okay, so Hazel is the owner of the new dive bar, is what I'm trying to think of, called Hazel's Hellhole. Yes, Hazel's Hellhole. Hazel also has a unique middle name, nickname, Dusty, but only her closest friends and family call her that. So Hazel, if you'll notice in the first and second episode of the Let's Play, she got busy with she has a couple of bolts here. Fitzgerald Tanner, who is our local doctor and crazy scientist and robot maker. And she's pretty hot on him, pretty sweet on him. She's got some friendships going on already with Lucy and also with Otto Galloway, who we'll meet as well too. Of course, we'll meet all the Sims in Acanthop Isle. But for now, let's just see what happens. I'm going to unpause here. We have some nice music going on in the background. So let me tell you a little bit about Hazel's personality. She is as neat as you get. And I got a recommendation from a viewer to remind me to stay out of, or to kind of alternate between this view, which is a view I'm used to using a lot in games, in this game I should say, and then getting down in, which I do when I'm interested in taking a picture. And there's Lucy thinking about what she really wants in life. Lucy is a family sim, family aspiration. If you have free time, you can also give them a secondary aspiration. Lucy's secondary aspiration is knowledge, and Hazel's secondary aspiration is family. Her primary aspiration is knowledge. So they're basically opposites attract there. And while the girls are reading here, I'm going to take a moment to put the walls up. One of the things I've noticed since free time is that the Sims will sit and read the paper all day. It's definitely an activity that you need to cancel at this point, because they will just go at it for quite some time. And I'm just grabbing a quick picture because I am a simmer that, even though we're in a Let's Play, I like to grab the pictures. Those pictures, a lot of them will end up on my website, thejessachannel.com, which is a Tumblr, and I like to share the pictures there. There's a great Simbler community there. And if you want to know what program I'm using to take these pictures, I am using a program called Gadwin Print Screen to take those pictures. And then I just quickly, I am no Photoshop master, not even close to a master, anything. And so, yeah, I am. Yeah, it's not even pretty. So I just run them through a quick little filter. There we go. That's what I needed. In View, if that's how you say that program that I'm using. So that's why I stopped a little bit. Now, I'd like Hazel to further her relationship desires by going over to visit Fitzgerald. I was going to have her call him first, but before she does that, oh, and good, she voluntarily stopped. And she put the paper right. Hazel, that is a no. No, Hazel. Naughty Hazel. Let's change this a little bit. I want to put a table here, and then I'll put the phone perhaps on the table too. I don't know if the Sims can get to the phone if there's a table in front. Let's find out. If I put an end table in front. So I am not, this is their, you'll notice that their house is very plain. Oh, isn't that pretty? Look at that table. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Let me just put that down so you can see. This table is iron bed end table by Tin House. Tin House is a creator over at Black Pearl Sims. So that's where you can get that. And yeah, it probably came as part of a little set that I downloaded at some point there. So anyway, as much as possible, I will tell you where I got things from right when we're Let's Playing, so that, let's see if she can reach this phone. I have a feeling she can't. Can she? Nope. That's a big nope-a-rooney. Did I just say that? Sorry about that, guys. That was me letting my inner derp come out. I usually save that just for the joy and edification of my poor beleaguered husband. So let's put this table down here, and then also I'm gonna add a second end table right on top of it, just like so. Let me turn it around. No, so it's facing the same way. There we go. And that means that the Sims can now take this newspaper here and just put it right under the phone. And it's not exactly realistic that there's a phone right there. Just imagine that they're just sort of slipping it on the table. That'll have to do for now. I could create some situation, which would take a little bit more time, to have them put the newspaper down here using OMSP's One More Slot packages, which you guys will learn about as we are Let's Playing. Trust me, because I use them quite a lot in decorating. Anyway, so Hazel can use the phone now, and she can also put the newspaper somewhere else besides the bottom of the stairs. So you'll see here that I don't have a refrigerator, a large refrigerator. I use this small fridge that's been modded in every house because the huge refrigerator takes up, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but you're going around like this, and particularly because I use such small houses, I need maximum view space in my games. You'll also notice that I'm using stairs that have been modded to have the bottoms taken off of them. Anything I can do to increase my view. So anyway, the reason why I'm showing you about this is because it's a little dark in here. Let me throw some lights in here while I'm in here. I do have my trusty small little mini light there. That little black dot is what you're seeing there. But it's a little bright on the white floor during the daytime. So I'm going to just get us a nice pretty lamp. Excuse me about all that noise I'm making. That's me thinking out loud. Yes, when I think, I sound like a balloon with air escaping. I have a lot of really cute little, and I like that. That's nice, but I'm not sure if it's quite the kitchen-y look that I'm going for, but what the heck. Let's live wild, shall we? It'll do for now. And maybe I will also put, turn on this light, and turn on this light. Does that give me a little bit better light? Yes, it does. A little bit better light. So Hazel, what I'd like you to do is take a... I'm going to have her make a group meal of something... I'm wondering what Tanner would really like. He's a scientist. He doesn't cook for himself. He'd like something, I'm sure, hot. And what Hazel would like to take to him. I have so many choices, you know. It's a little bit of what do you call that? Paralyzation by too many choices. Analyzation, paralyzation. How about sausages and tomato and mozzarella salad? Sausages and potato salad. I think she would go for that. That just feels like what Hazel would choose. Or perhaps that just feels like what I'm hungry for. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. I'm going to put the walls all the way down. I don't normally like to have the walls all the way down, just because I like to see... Hazel, what are you doing there? Oh, is that it? Is it done? Well, that was fast. It's a quick meal. She's just standing there like, well, that's it. I wash my hands of this duty. I await your command. Okay, Hazel, time to put this in your inventory. And we're going to take it over and see if we can't get laid. I'm sorry. See if we can't greet the newest resident of Acanthop. I guess I'm feeling in quite a punchy mood today. Mostly I'm just so happy to be with my Sim. So I want to show you the reason why I did all that Hazel did all that work and practically broke a fingernail making those... opening the refrigerator door or whatever she did. Anyway, is that I'd like Hazel to visit Tanner, and this mod, little known mod, and I know it's little known because I had a live simming session. If you missed it, make sure and subscribe to the channel because I do put a notification up to go live about 2 hours before I go live, to go up about 2 hours before I go live in live streaming. And so you check that out. I also follow me on Twitter at the Jessa Channel. But I put notifications there on my website and on YouTube. And anyway, in my last live simming session, which a lot of really cool YouTubers showed up to, I was really pleased to see that N7 showed up and Manuel showed up. Hello, Manuel. Hello, N7. And we had a grand old time in there, as we normally do. And I had showed them the Visit the Sim mod, Visit Sims, Visit Other Sims, because this is one of the biggest complaints that Sims 2 players have combined to Sims 3 players. And that is that we can't go visit other Sims. Well, that's no longer a problem. With this mod, it's by Chris Hatch. And I am going to put the description, put the link in the description. Well, actually, I'm not going to do that because it's at an adult site. So I'm going to put the link to Chris Hatch's work on my website at thejessachannel.com/Sims2 mod list. And you will be able to grab this, provided you are over 18, you'll be able to grab this mod. Now, despite the fact that this mod is on an adult site, this mod has nothing adult in it at all. All it allows you to do is what we're about to do. You see down here, this Visit Sim. We're going to visit a Sim. And this makes it so that there's one less reason, one less major gap between the Sims 2 experience and the Sims 3 experience. And if Hazel owned a car, which she and neither she nor Lucy own a car, unfortunately, just yet, but that's what they're going to work for. So she'll head off. Now, one of the things, the only disadvantage to this mod right now that you can see is that right here, Lucy has in her queue to go somewhere as well too. I'm going to have her cancel that. Now that we're not going to the loading screen. And that is because the only disadvantage with this mod so far is that it requires everyone to, on the lot, the whole family, to go visit the other Sim. But what happens is if you want it to be a private one-on-one little date meeting, then when Lucy shows up, she's going to walk off the lot and we're going to head over to Tanner's house. And we're going there now. And when Lucy gets to the lot, I'm just going to shift click on her and delete her. And it will not hurt her. It does not hurt her character. It doesn't hurt her file at all. It just takes her right off the lot. And then when we go back to home after we visit Tanner, Lucy will be there as if nothing has happened. So that's the only disadvantage to it. But it is a very small price to pay for being able to do something that many of us Simmers have wanted to do in The Sims 2 since it first came out. And, especially since Nightlife when we could see the other hoods and that kind of thing. So this mod is that Chris Hatch has a number of other very excellent mods, including a hospital mod, which I've not tried. It's a little bit too involved for my hood. I think I'm going to... There will be a hospital in Acanthop. Tanner, who we're visiting, is the doctor in Acanthop. And so we'll show up here. Hazel will show up at Tanner's house. They walk right in. And this is really neat because Tanner says hello. And we can go right in and greet him. I'm going to turn one thing off here, disable auto greet, and I wonder where Tanner is. So they'll just stand here coming up to the mailbox, and I'm going to, because I have testing cheats enabled on, and I have had that on for about 5 years now, that bullprop testing cheats enabled, which allows you to do so many neat things in the background. But a lot of people warn you about how it will break your game. It will break your game if you're not smart. That's true. If you just randomly click on things. But if you use some discretion and some common sense, it will not, as my game has worked fine for the last 5 years. Anyway, I'm going to shift click on Lucy. And I'm going to force error. And I'm just going to delete her. And she's gone. She went back home. So... let's go in and find Tanner. Where is he? He's coming downstairs. Let's see if he's coming down to say anything to her. And Tanner is selectable. And he's coming down. Oh, he's coming down to kiss her romantically. Well, some of you guys noticed that I had... Okay, Hazel. Well, this isn't really going to help you out, honey, if you really want to have some action. May not be helping to just sit on the floor and read your diary. Or write in it. Especially while Tanner is waiting there for you.
Dag!
So, let's have them chat and, you know, at least try and, you know, get to know each other a little bit. Hazel's wishing that there was an ice cream store in town.
Ooh!
And Tanner's saying he's lactose intolerant. When I come up with things like that, I want to show you guys a little extra fun thing here. This is a program I wanted to give a shout out to, and I'm going to pause for a minute while I pull this program up. This episode is presented in parts. To see the next part, click on the next annotation in the top right corner of the video. If the next part has not been uploaded yet, it will be tomorrow. So if you want to see it, subscribe.